my gosh, it's been so long. I forgot how to do this. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video on the Enchanted Basin. If you're new here, hi, I'm Jenny. It is very nice to meet you. If you're not new, oh my goodness, welcome back. It's been a while. What I want to do today is just kind of give you guys a rundown of what's been going on and why I've been gone so long. I have posted a couple shorts on here you might have seen, or if you follow me on Instagram, which definitely do, you'll know what's been going on. In February, I ended up developing endocarditis, which is basically an infection of your heart. And for me, I developed it on my pulmonary valve, or my conduit, which is artificial pulmonary valve. We initially thought we could treat it with just IV antibiotics, so I was given a PICC line, and did some IV antibiotics here at home for a few days because it looked like they were helping, and then I spiked a fever, and they told me basically, if you spike a fever, come back to the hospital. So I went to the ER and they automatically admitted me. They were like, let's see what's going on, because essentially if you can't treat the infection with antibiotics, like if they can't get the bacteria to go away, the only other way to get rid of it is to completely remove it from your body, which means I had to have open heart surgery and have a whole new valve put in, which was a lot. I had like basically 3 days notice that I was going to have open heart surgery. And if you've ever had open heart surgery, or honestly any surgery, typically you're able to like plan for it a little. You're given a bit of notice and you can like get stuff in order. I wasn't quite able to do that because it was basically an emergency situation. And I'm not going to complain about that, because even though that was frustrating, I was so grateful that there was a way to treat the infection, because it can get really bad. People can die from that. And so I was just like, I'm scared and I'm nervous, and I haven't had open heart surgery since I was 12, but let's do this if this is the best way to treat this. March 15th, I had open heart surgery to completely replace my pulmonary valve, or my conduit. I have a right ventricular to pulmonary artery conduit, so they were able to replace that. And I also had my defibrillator removed because one of the leads had a bit of an infection on it. And also because I've had my defibrillator since 2012. Yeah, August of 2012. And basically it hasn't been used. It's just been in there. It's never gone off. It's never paced me. It's never done anything. And so they were like, well, that's nearly, that's 10 years of it being there and not being used. And if we don't need it and we have an infection on it, let's just go ahead and remove it. So they removed all of that. And I have to have an EP test done in the fall, which, oh my gosh, I'll get to, because I also have to have more stuff done. But they're going to go and retest and do like an arrhythmia test to see if my body or my heart triggers any arrhythmias, and to see whether or not I can stay without it. Unfortunately, if the test shows that my body is triggering them, they might have to re-implant a new one. But at least I get a few months with that one, and hopefully I won't need to go back with one. Anywho, so March 15th is when we had the surgery. Recovery was a little bit rough. I don't know. I just kind of struggled, honestly. And maybe it's just because I had an infection as well, and that's why it was a hard recovery. A lot of times with people, when they have open heart surgery for like a valve replacement, typically they're home within like maybe a week or so. I, in total, from beginning of March to when I was released, which was April 1st, I was basically in the hospital for a month, minus like 2 days. It was a good 2.5 weeks after surgery was when I was discharged. Yeah, it was difficult. I think, again, because of the infection, We kept trying to make sure I'd never spiked any more fevers. Thankfully, I haven't. I don't know. I had a hard time, but I eventually got there, and everybody was saying like I was one of their most cooperative adult patients they've ever had. And I'm granted, this is in the children's hospital, so I know they do have adult patients for the adult congenital heart program, but I don't know. I guess I was just like, I wasn't trying to be overtly cooperative. I was just trying to do if they asked, like, hey, let's do this, I'm like, okay, like, I want to do anything I could to get better and to get home for one, but just to feel better. I guess it makes me sad to think about, like, other patients not wanting to do something. And everyone has their own way of healing. That's absolutely fine. And, you got to do what's right for you. I guess it just kind of makes me sad to think, like, some people wouldn't do certain things. And there weren't anything different, like, hey, let's get up and go for a walk around the hallway just to get you moving, get you out of the bed. And I'd be like, okay, sure. Like, even if had to go super slow, I did it because I knew that would help my endurance, help my body strengthen, and help me be able to go home. And so I don't know, it just kind of makes me sad that some patients wouldn't want to do what's maybe recommended. I don't know. I know that's a weird, tricky situation because you want to do what you feel is right for you. I don't know. Comment down below your thoughts on that. Because it was like, there was walks, there was these things you wore around your leg if you were laying in bed that were like, they would kind of massage it almost because it was meant to help the circulation because you're laying in bed. They don't want you to get any clots. For me, I loved them. Like, anytime I was in bed, I would absolutely put them on, even if it was just during the day and I was sitting and watching TV, because it felt like a massage. Like, other people said they were so uncomfortable, they didn't like it. And I don't know, maybe everybody has different, like, touch sensor things, but I love them. And if, like, that was me being a good patient, I was like, oh my gosh, this is the easiest thing. Can I have a full body version of this? So anyway, I ended up finally getting discharged April 1st, and I did go home with a PICC line. I don't know. I will probably insert some video of my final day of my PICC because I was super excited, but, like, it was right here. And I have posted pictures again on my Instagram if you're curious what that is. But a PICC line is a peripherally inserted cardiac catheter. I think that's what that stands for. But it's essentially, they have, like, this tube here where you can do IV meds, but the little catheter for it goes all the way directly into your heart. So that way the antibiotics go directly where they need to, rather than doing like an IV where it takes a little bit longer. This goes directly into it because it goes to the superior vena cava. If you're a cardiac person, or like anatomy, that's exactly where it leads to. I did have to do those meds. Like, I had like a little pump, and I would do the syringe meds in the little pump, and it would go through. I had to do that once a day. So thankfully it was only once a day. But the crazy thing about it is I actually had developed an allergic reaction to that med. Thankfully, I developed it when I was still in the hospital. I started getting like rashes all over my body, and I had been on this med at that point for close to 3 weeks. So it was kind of crazy. But they said that can happen. You can have delayed reactions to stuff. Like, it takes a while to build up in your system, and then when it hits a certain point, then that allergic reaction can happen. So I was getting like rashes. Literally, my whole entire body had rashes all over it. And anytime they did the actual med, it would get like really, really tingly. And at one point we got to my face and they gave me an epi because they were very concerned for like anaphylaxis. Thankfully, it never happened. And so I just had to start taking certain pre-meds to help prevent any really bad allergic reaction. I still, at that point, even when I did it at home, I still had like the tingling and all that. But anywho, it was a scary moment to think, oh my gosh, I have this antibiotic I have to take for the infection, and it is the only antibiotic that actually treats that specific bacteria that I had. There was actually one other option. I could do like a full-time penicillin pump 24/7, just have it on me, and I was just like, I would really prefer not to do that. So we did the other, and thankfully we found a safe way to do it. So, but I did that up until last week, and then they removed my pick. And so I'm going to insert some video of like day of showing you my pick, maybe showing you a little bit of the pump and all of that, and then also showing you, sorry, something, my dress fell on my leg and I thought it was a bug. Oh my gosh. So I'm going to insert some video now. Hi friends. So I'm just popping in on this part of the video. I have no idea where this is going to be in the grand scheme. Halloween on the brain all the time. Grand scheme of time, or grand scheme of the whole video. But I really wanted to pop in. Today is Tuesday, April 26th, and it's been 6 weeks since my open heart surgery, which, my goodness, this scar is healing so well. I'm beyond impressed by the surgeon, I have to say. But also it's been a little over 6 weeks since I've been on my infusion meds through my pick. Right here, I can actually pull down and show you. There's my pick. I have the tubing all wrapped up so it's not available for the cats to play with, essentially. I don't want it hanging. But it's been 6 weeks. And I was supposed to be on my antibiotic for 6 weeks. And so today is my very last infusion I'll do here at home. And then my home health nurse is coming this afternoon to pull the pick out, to take the pick out, to remove it. And I'm so excited because this means I can shower so much more easily. I don't have to like worry about wrapping this up. Also, not having to do the antibiotics, I can actually like run errands if I want or go to things. I never leave the house, but you know. But because of the time of the infusion, like I always do it at noon. If there was things that happened from 11 to 1, obviously I couldn't go. So I'm so excited to kind of continue getting back to more and more normalcy. Yeah, and sorry, I look crazy. I got the shaky hair bun. And my voice is mostly back too. I don't know if you guys can hear it. I am beyond excited for that because not really having my voice before was so difficult because I was trying so hard to talk to people and they would struggle to hear me, and that was really, really difficult. Emotionally, like it did not help the recovery process, I'll say that. Yeah, I will probably pop in and just show you a little bit of the infusion, and maybe I'll show you guys my arm after it's removed this afternoon. I'm so excited. Alright, so here is my pump, all that tubing going up to my arm. Hopefully you can see that. Last infusion in place. I will definitely be glad to rid of this thing. Also, yep, serious Halloween on the brain. Hello everyone, I just wanted to say hi and show you that I got my pick removed today. It feels so crazy to not have it there, but I'm really excited. So now just the next couple of weeks I really have to watch and make sure no more symptoms of infection. So send happy thoughts that there are none and that it all goes smoothly. So yay. Okay, so there we go. It's super exciting to like I have nothing else attached to me now. I'm just, you have no idea like the amount of IVs I got, and like I had one here, I had like an actual peripheral one, or arterial one, I had a central line in my neck, I had so many different IVs, and then I needed to have a CT scan at one point during like the last week and a half of my admission, and they were going to try and put an IV, and there's no veins left because everything had been cats. My cats are being crazy. Ladies. But they couldn't even get IVs in because my veins had been through so much and been so much damage. Like, before they got the IVs, they were initially having to do blood work, like actually through the arm for cultures to try and figure out what kind of bacteria it was. Even though we knew that specific type of infection, we couldn't figure out what type of bacteria. So they were having to like come and do blood work every time. My arms were so like, they would have to do it in my hands, like anywhere they could find a vein to get blood work. And then it got to the point where nothing would hold because all of my veins were collapsing. So, I mean, enough to get like blood flow to my body, but not enough to be able to hold an IV and be able to get, you know, fluid or contrast through it. So thankfully they did it through the PIC, which was a whole ordeal. One person saying yes, and then another person saying, no, you can't use that. And then another person saying, yes, you can. And then thankfully I had some amazing nurses really fight for me and saying like, look, this girl has been poked so many times. She has no more arteries left. Let's do it through the PIC. You can use it. It's fine. Like, they looked up the guidelines in the PIC, like how much contrast could go through it and all this. But I remember like almost crying that day because I was just like, first I was crying because I was so happy we could use the PIC, and then I started crying because another person came in to try and do an IV, and I was just like, it was a very emotional day. But I was really grateful that I had some awesome nurses really fight for me. So I'm grateful for that. The little things, huh? So here we are. It's, what day? Today is May 4th. May the 4th. May the force be with you. And my brain, it's just done. It's done. This is why I've yet to film a video until now, because I just didn't think I was mentally like enough there to like actually do this for you guys. And I don't know how much editing is going to be here. I may honestly just straight up throw it up as is. So I'm sorry for all of the chaos, if there is chaos, and just, you know, but I wanted to do something for you guys so you had an update and you knew what was going on with me. And I do want to say thank you to all of you guys for the really kind messages and well wishes. I even got a card from one of you, Jennie. Oh my gosh, my other Jennie. You know, just thank you guys. It means the world to me to have that kind of support and encouragement. When you go through something like this, it can be really easy to feel very alone or like no one understands. So especially when I talk to my fellow cardiac patients and other spoonies, they get it. And so it's just, I don't know. I appreciate you guys so much. But so if we're going on for next videos, we're halfway to Halloween. Oh my gosh, who's excited? Let's get excited. I mean, it's the beginning of May. Like, think, a month and a half from now, we could be seeing Halloween stuff in stores. And I'm so excited for it. I will obviously definitely be doing videos like I did last year, probably like weekly updates, that kind of thing, going and shopping around, seeing what we can find. I'm hoping to do a little bit more like crafting videos and that kind of stuff. Maybe more videos outside, because I just bought like a gazebo tent thing. And so I'm hoping to have some nice videos outside. I think that'll be really lovely. I don't know, what kind of videos would you guys like to see? Give me some ideas of things. I still need to do, oh my gosh, and Heron, I am so sorry. I still need to do like a full review just on this book. If you guys saw, I did do a books I recommend for newbies to witchcraft, and this was probably my favorite one I recommended. But I do want to do like a full video dedicated to just this book, because there's so much amazing information I wanted to share with you guys. And they have some really amazing things that the staff at her shop has done to kind of go and coordinate with this book and the work in it. So I will be doing a video on that as well, if any of you are interested. If anybody's interested in other health videos, if there's specific topics or cardiac stuff or anything you want to know about, talk about, chat about, leave it in the comments because I would definitely be interested in doing that. Maybe some makeup videos too, because I haven't put on makeup or played with makeup since maybe like my video in February, that heart video. I think that was probably the last time I put on makeup. So I'm kind of excited to maybe do some more of that with you guys. But anyway, I'm going to stop blabbering because this has been a long enough video. But thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this and this kind of content, please do give me a thumbs up. And consider subscribing to this channel if you haven't already. I do a lot of videos about spoony stuff. So like chronic illness awareness chats. I do stuff about witchcraft or just spooky stuff, Halloween, of course, crafting, and sometimes vegan food stuff as well. So yeah, definitely feel free to subscribe because I have a wide variety of stuff. I'm sure you're going to find something you enjoy. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate your support through this like little bit of a break, unintentional break. But I appreciate you guys. So yeah. Thanks for watching. I hope you're doing wonderful, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!